How to use color balance. Actually, why we use color balance. Let's go to adjustment layer and click on color balance. At the top, we have tone here, which consists of shadows, mid-tone, and highlights. And if you remember on curve, if I come here to curve, at the right side, which is this part mostly, is highlights. The center is mid-tone, and here is shadows. The same here. I'm just going to drag it out. Color balance. Mid-tone is in the center, shadows, which is the dark side of our image, and highlights, which is the bright side. But why we use color balance? Because of preserve luminosity. What does it mean? Let's check this off. And drag the slider in the mid-tone to the right, so we make it brighter. Let's add a bit of green to it. Let's add a bit of yellow to it. And let's see before and after. Before, after, before, after. Just take a look how bright is that. The brightness is increasing crazy, right? We don't want that kind of brightness. We just want to do the color balance. That's why we have to preserve luminosity. So, to understand what actually is going to be with preserve luminosity, let's refresh it and check this on for now and increase the blue, increase the green a bit, and increase the red. Now check this off. Before, after, before, after. And this is exactly why we use color balance. Let me just go to curve adjustment to show you what exactly I mean. And I'm just gonna turn that off. With the curve, we have these channels actually. Red, the same thing, increase the highlights. Green, increase the highlights. But still, we are adding brightness to our image, or we are adding darkness to our image. We don't want that. That's why we have something called color balance with preserve luminosity on. Let me show you an example. If you have a portrait like this, take a photo like advertising picture. I'm just gonna double click on this letter icon here, go to adjustment and click on color balance. Now the preserve luminosity is on. Most of the time for this kind of image, we actually go to shadow. We add a bit of blue to our shadow, and we go to highlight and we add more yellow to it. And just take a look before, after. It's very simple adjustment. And now take a look how sharp the shadow is and how cool the color is. That there's a lot of things that we can do with this. Let me reset it again. Now let's go to mid-tone and let's add a bit of blue in total image, and in highlights I want to add more reddish to it, and shadow we want to be more yellowish. And see how warm is the photo is at right now. Now let's make the photo a bit cooler, a bit bluish, a bit cold. Refresh it. I'm gonna go to mid-tone and add a bit of cyan, a bit of blue. Let's again go to shadow, add a bit of cyan, add a bit of blue, and highlight, add a bit of yellow. Now the image is getting colder. That's why we use color balance based on the image that you are taking. You can do a lot of stuff with it, and the cool thing about it is has preserve luminosity, something that other filters doesn't have. So make sure all the time use color balance and make sure this is checked on. Make sure download the images, do some practice. After you are really good at it, go to the next lesson.